Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. I just want to say before we look at the cards, a massive thank you to everybody that came to support the demo charity night of mediumship for the Alzheimer's Society last night down in Sherborne. I've been a little bit hanging today, I'm not gonna lie. It was a great show, but it was like, oh, I'm quite tired today. But thank you so much if you came to support that. It was an amazing night. Spirit were on top form. Sperry Mary was definitely Sperry Mary last night, but she did help to bring your messages of love from your loved ones through, which was amazing. So thank you very much. And yeah, just if you were part of that, I hope you really enjoyed it. I've had some lovely feedback. So I don't think anybody was too offended. And I've had a lot of people say thank you for keeping your mediumship and your work real, which is what it's always all about. We were able to raise £620 for the charity, which I don't think is too bad for a night's work. So thank you very much if you were involved in that and if you sort of helped or you were part of it in any way, shape or form. So what's happening today? Let's have a look at these cards and let's see where the energies are taking us. So if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the card of justice. So, and I like the fact that it says here like naughty or nice. So justice, if things have been very unjust, then this is kind of good karma showing up. Comes in a lot when we're just getting some sort of balance, some structure, some law and order. So if things have been a little bit chaotic and a little bit out of sync and not quite in alignment, maybe there's just going to be a little bit of balance coming into your world. Justice can show in a few ways. If there have been sort of more sort of serious injustices that you've been dealing with, sometimes it can be a change of circumstance and, you know, people being sort of held accountable for their sort of wrongdoing. So it can show in a sort of more dramatic way. Occasionally, it can also sort of appear if there are court cases. So if you've been sort of taking somebody to court because of sort of some kind of legal you know, matter or a divorce or something of that nature, sometimes it can show up in that way. But if it's nothing sort of big and dramatic, and if you're not sure how that would sit for you, then it's probably just a case of good karma coming in, just some balance, some return of energy, like I say, law and order across the board. And justice is always the card of fairness as well. So if things have felt very unfair, maybe there's just going to be a level of fairness coming in and things just sort of kind of smoothing back out a little bit if you've been up against anything, like I say, that feels a little bit unjust. But I always see it as like a bit of a win, a bit of a victory, a little bit of a success of some kind where there's maybe been a bit of a personal battle going on. So a win of some sort of format is definitely sort of on the horizon for you. Could be a little personal win, could be more of a big win, but you'll know where it sits in your sort of world. But yeah, it's a good time for sort of new energy and positive energy to show up. Now then, as we're moving into card number 2, we're going into the energy of the world. I really love the pictation of this particular card, and it just says at the bottom there, happy holidays. And exactly, the world is the end of anything negative, it's the end of anything restrictive, it's usually the end of a cycle, and it's a time for sort of completion. And sometimes with this, a new world is being born, a new world is being created. So it could well be for some of you, maybe you are wanting to do some travel, some holidaying. So it could be as in the physical world, wanting to go and maybe sort of see some new places and spaces. Maybe some of you are planning to go away very soon, or there's going to be maybe some Christmas holidays. I'm talking to quite a lot of clients that have made the decision that they're going to go away for Christmas this year. And several clients that I've been talking to are going to be going to Australia. So they're going to be going somewhere very hot for their Christmas, which is very different for them. So maybe you've got something like that planned, but the world in its more everyday sort of stance is just the end of anything negative, completion of cycles, and a time to just really feel alive, a time to really sort of embrace the beauty of the world around you. I think sometimes where we get so bogged down with the demands, the structures of what life is, sometimes we don't see the realness and we don't see the beauty. And because she's sort of naked here, she's exposing, she's revealing the truth of life, the truth of her world, and she's feeling quite connected to, you know, how she wants to live her life. She's also holding the sort of the wands, so they kind of connect above to heaven, and they keep kind of centered down below to earth. So it's that whole feeling of like below is above, you know, above is below, below is above sort of energy going on. So as your roots extend up spiritually and you evolve spiritually, it's keeping centered, it's keeping grounded as well. You know, it's that sort of tree of life cycle a little bit. But the world definitely represents positivity, happiness, completion, and acceptance. Maybe it's a time when some of you are just accepting that life is a work in progress. Of course, it's always a work in progress, but maybe this stage of your life is actually quite good, it's quite beautiful. And I feel there's a little bit of gratitude being given with this card. It's almost like I feel Spirit is saying, let's have some gratitude, let's have some acceptance for where we find ourselves. Because I think sometimes we get so caught up in creating and planning, we don't stop to see the beauty of what we've actually kind of created or turned our hand to, or just, you know, the journeys of what we've been up against maybe. So yeah, the end of anything negative, the rebirth of something brand new, just a time to stop and pause and be in that high vibe energy a little bit, if you've been drawn to this card. And finally, as we're going into card number 3, we're going into the energy of the Chariot. The Chariot shows up a lot when there's a graduation, a celebration, something is completed, and usually you get some sort of like reward. So it could be like a physical trophy, it could be some kind of certification. So maybe some of you guys have been doing sort of workshops, apprenticeship things. There could be courses or, you know, university stuff. Maybe some of you are actually doing degrees, and maybe there could be the celebration of that. But it's definitely like a victory, it's a win, it's some kind of success, whether it's an outward success or maybe just a personal victory. There is the energy of that. Chariot is also very much about moving on, moving forward with life. So if you feel like the energy or just things you've been up against have been a bit sticky, a bit stuck, then, you know, there's going to be something good that just moves you forward. It's quite nice that this version is like the sort of Santa on the sleigh, and it is about kind of moving on sort of energetically but physically. And the final sort of part of Chariot comes in a lot with house and home. So maybe there are some changes about to take place or about to happen. Maybe that is the win. Maybe that is the celebration. You know, if you've been wanting to move, or if you're thinking of moving, or if you're about to move. Chariot shows a lot when there's change around house and home. So it could be, for some of you, it's just internal visual things, but often it's known for physical sort of change. So like leaving one property to explore, to invest, to have another. So if some of you are in that sort of stage of moving house, or were wanting to, or about to, or selling, or the processing of all of that, stay focused, because this is sort of coming in to remind you that you're nearly there with something. You know, you're nearly out the other side. There is going to be a move very soon. You are going to get to have the new place. You've got all these kind of properties in the background, and that usually represents one castle being kind of given up and a new castle being explored. So we're moving from one, we're going to the other. So there's change of destination as well. So it could be moving forward in lots of ways, but you can take the pieces that resonate for you, of course. So an interesting set of cards. I hope you can make sense of their messages. I'm going to leave their love with you. So what do I need to let you know about? Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that's been getting behind the sale of the discontinued Wizard Within Oracle deck. I literally have 2 copies left, and then that's it. This deck is completely exhausted of all my stock. I think there might be like a couple of versions of it available in Carpe Noctem in Frome, and I think there might be 1 or 2 in Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge, and I think there's 1 or 2 over in Rowan's Closet in Swindon, and then that's it. It is completely done. So if you want to grab one of the last 2 decks, pop over to my website and you can purchase those. Just a reminder, for those that have purchased, I've not been able to get to the post office as of yet, so I'm really sorry about that. If you're planning or hoping that they're going to come, I am going to do a post run tomorrow, so obviously buy these now so that you can get them in the post, and then I can sort of send them all out tomorrow, and then they'll all be done, and happy days. So the other thing I want to let you know about, tomorrow, Thursday, I am over in Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge. Unless they've gone, they hadn't gone before, but we've got 2 spaces left for private in-person one-to-one readings. So we have a 6 o'clock space, and I think it's a 6:30. But pop over to Colour and Crystal's Facebook page and contact Jo, and she can get you booked in if there are those spaces still available. And be lovely to see you all. But for those that have booked, I'm excited for tomorrow night. And then Saturday, I'm over in Carpe Noctem in Frome doing a sold-out day of private one-to-one readings. So thank you very much if you've secured a space to see me there. And then in the evening, I am nipping over to the Foxy's Den Carpe Noctem party. It's the 1-year anniversary, and it's the 1-year celebration party night, which is an open invitation for anybody that may want to sort of pop along and support and get involved, you know. And then Sunday, I'm having a good rest because I think I might be hanging. So it's a busy old week. But anyway, gonna leave it with you. Keep shining bright, look after yourselves. I really hope this week's messages make a bit of sense. Thank you for all the love and the support again for last night. And I'll catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Take care. Bye for now.